I gave them my bank card and my PIN number. I gave it to them. They're my neighbours and they offered to help. They offered to go down the shops for me so I didn't have to worry about getting there myself. I thought that was a kind thing to do. I trusted them. I can't get out like I used to. I don't like going out, to be honest with you. It's my hip. You know, sometimes I'm in so much pain I can barely move, and there's my anxiety. That's really bad sometimes. In the first place, I gave them 20 quid and they brought back all the receipts and that was fine. They did this a couple of times and then one day they came back for another £5, and that's when they said, "Why don't we use your bank card then?" And that's when all the problems started. That's when I lost track of everything. They told me it was a contactless card and you don't get receipts with a contactless card. So I took their word for it. They were being kind. I only realised what was happening when it was too late. See, I don't have much to begin with, but they've taken everything. They cleared me out. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs. And that's what worries me most. How am I ever going to pay this off?
What happened to Steve happens to a lot more people than we realise. Financial abuse can happen to anyone. It can happen in families, with neighbours, with friends, and with strangers. Like in Steve's situation, it happens when people abuse the trust they have established with the person they defraud. Steve has early onset dementia. He is vulnerable and he's at risk. Steve asked what choice did he have, but there are a couple of things he could have done to manage that risk. There are ways we can help to protect ourselves and try to prevent abuse from taking place. It's got to be proportionate though, so that we still feel in control of what's happening, so that we feel empowered to manage our own risk in a way that's acceptable.
I feel such a fool. I talk to the police, they won't do anything. They can't do anything, they say. I gave them the bank card, I gave them the PIN number, nobody forced me. I did it of my own free will. I trusted them. They abused my trust. They still live next door. They know I've talked to the police. I'm scared of what might happen next. I don't feel safe inside my own home, never mind go outside. But what choice do I have?
One of the ways Steve could have kept himself safer is by using something called a lasting power of attorney. You might have heard about that when people talk about mental capacity. You can appoint an attorney to manage things like your finances, or you might want them to make decisions about your health care if you lose the capacity to make decisions for yourself. There are a lot of safeguards involved in appointing an attorney. If Steve had set one up, it would have involved him talking to more people in his life about his finances. As it was, when he gave his neighbour his bank card, nobody else knew that he'd done it. So there was a missed opportunity to safeguard him. If you've ever got any doubts about your financial safety or other aspects of your well-being, you can talk to the people who are paid to support you. They have a responsibility to help you to keep yourself safe.